There is a room that exists between waking and dream, a threshold space where time moves like breath. You step inside without remembering how you arrived. The air hums with a quiet stillness, as if it has been waiting for you. At first, the only sound is your heartbeat. Then faintly, a vibration begins to rise from the floor beneath you, a resonance that feels ancient, older than memory. Stone arches shimmer around you, forming an endless corridor. Along both sides stand pillars carved with symbols you don't yet understand. Eyes, spirals, suns, and circles intersecting like constellations. In the center of this corridor rests a pedestal of obsidian. Upon it, 5 keys, each glowing with a distinct light. They seem to breathe. You sense immediately that these are not ordinary objects. They are reflections, manifestations of something within you that is ready to emerge. Carl Jung once said that when the psyche is prepared for transformation, it presents itself through symbols. The unconscious doesn't speak in words but in images, in keys, doors, mirrors, and light. The sight of these 5 keys stirs something deep inside you, curiosity mixed with recognition. You've seen them before, perhaps in dreams you forgot upon waking. You take a step closer. The pedestal hums softly in response as though acknowledging your presence. The air thickens with potential. These keys, a voice whispers from nowhere and everywhere. Open the doors you've kept hidden. Each one reveals what you are ready to understand, not sooner, not later. You realize this is no test of intellect. It's a dialogue between your conscious self and the deeper, older intelligence that has always guided you. You remember Jung's words. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Around you, the corridor stretches into infinity. Every door you can see, some luminous, some dark, seems to correspond to a different aspect of your being. Fear, love, desire, wisdom, all waiting behind unseen thresholds. The keys will decide which one you are prepared to unlock. You inhale slowly. The light of the keys flickers, responding to your breath like candle flames in rhythm with your heartbeat. Each key calls in its own voice, a warm golden glow that feels like sunrise, a silver shimmer like moonlight on still water, a rough iron key, dark and strong, carrying the scent of rain and earth, a crystal key, transparent yet alive with color, and a wooden key carved with natural curves, simple yet sacred. You know instinctively. The one that draws you is the one that mirrors your current path of transformation. The choice is not random, and it is recognition. The voice returns, softer now, closer. Do not choose with your eyes. Choose with the pulse that lives beneath them. Let your intuition reach out, it already knows. You stand before the pedestal. The 5 lights glow like living hearts. For a moment, you close your eyes and listen. A subtle energy rises through you, whispering through your chest. This is the moment when inner and outer worlds align. As your fingers hover above the keys, you feel their stories humming just below the surface, waiting to be told. Each will reveal a different readiness and a door within you that's prepared to open. Invitation to choose. Now breathe. Let the noise of thought dissolve. Before you lie 5 ancient keys. One of them belongs to you in this very moment of your journey. Don't analyze. Don't decide logically. Simply feel which key calls your name, which light draws your eyes, which vibration moves through your heart. When you know, and even if you can't explain how, hold that choice quietly in your mind. Because the key you choose reveals what you're ready to unlock. The golden key. The awakener, you reach toward the golden key. Its glow is not harsh or blinding. It feels warm, like sunlight filtered through autumn leaves. The moment your fingers brush its surface, a pulse of gentle light travels up your arm and into your chest. Not shocking, but awakening. The corridor around you shifts. The air brightens. You find yourself standing in a vast hall of mirrors, each one reflecting not your face but fragments of memory. Moments of laughter, sorrow, indecision, wonder. They shimmer and rearrange like puzzle pieces until one reflection steps forward and becomes whole. You, as you have never seen yourself before. This is the essence of the golden key. Illumination. Carl Jung called this the beginning of individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are. It begins not with perfection but with awareness. The golden key symbolizes readiness to see, to open your eyes to what has always been there, waiting behind the veil of distraction and fear. The light from the key expands until it fills the entire room. Within it, you begin to perceive connections. Events that once seemed random now form a coherent design. The choices you made, the failures that haunted you, even the people who left, they begin to make sense. You realize nothing was wasted. Every shadow, every detour was preparing you for this clarity. You are not lost, whispers the voice again. You are gathering light in the dark. The golden key reveals that you are ready to understand your life's deeper pattern. This is the moment when knowledge transforms into wisdom, when what you knew becomes something you feel in your bones. You see now that awakening doesn't come from adding more light to your life, but from realizing you are the light, that the answers you seek have been echoing within you, waiting for silence to reveal them. You look down at the key in your hand. It vibrates softly, and you notice faint symbols etched along its handle. Circles, triangles, spirals. You touch one, and an image flashes through your mind. A door opening to a sunlit landscape. This is your psyche's way of telling you that clarity is coming, not as a thunderbolt, but as the slow rising of dawn. The unconscious has been working tirelessly behind the scenes, aligning thoughts and insights, preparing the conscious mind for revelation. If the golden key called to you, it means you're on the verge of mental transparency, ready to release confusion, self-doubt, and fear of the unknown. It is not arrogance to see clearly. It is courage. You may find in the days ahead that certain truths will unfold effortlessly. You'll see patterns in your behavior, relationships, and desires that make sudden sense. This is not coincidence. It is your inner architecture revealing itself. Jung believed that when the conscious and unconscious unite, life regains meaning. That union has begun within you. The light softens now, wrapping you in warmth. The golden key dissolves in your palm, leaving a faint glow like sunlight beneath your skin. You exhale slowly, feeling lighter, clearer, aligned. One door within you has opened, and through it you sense that the world itself has shifted slightly, becoming more alive, more connected. The silver key. The healer, you reach toward the silver key, drawn to its quiet shimmer. It doesn't blaze like gold, it breathes cool and fluid like moonlight on calm water. The moment you lift it, the air around you changes. The corridor fades into a soft silver mist, and you find yourself standing beside a still lake under a vast midnight sky. The water's surface mirrors the stars so perfectly that you can't tell where the heavens end and the earth begins. Somewhere between them, you feel your own reflection waiting. The silver key has always belonged to the ones who feel deeply, those who carry the memory of every emotion, every unspoken word. It belongs to the empath, the healer, the one who senses pain even in silence. Carl Jung said that healing begins the moment we make friends with what hurts. The silver key reveals that you are ready to do exactly that. You kneel by the water. Your reflection ripples, not as a stranger but as all the selves you've been. The child who hoped, the one who feared, the one who pretended to be strong when breaking inside. The lake glows softly and you realize it isn't water at all. It is your unconscious, vast and reflective, holding every memory without judgment. When the silver key calls you, it means the time for suppression has ended. The feelings you've pushed down are returning, not to harm you but to be held. You cannot heal what you refuse to feel. The voice whispers again, gentle and ancient. You dip the key into the silver water. Waves spread outward, slow and luminous, and for a moment you see scenes from your life. People you loved, words left unsaid, doors closed too soon. Each image dissolves in light as the water touches it, as if forgiveness itself is rewriting the past. Jung called this integration, the merging of opposites, the union of the conscious with the shadow. The silver key teaches that healing isn't about forgetting, but remembering with compassion. You watch as your reflection steadies. The mist clears. Something inside your chest loosens, an invisible knot untying itself after years of tension. You realize that love and pain were never separate. They were two sides of the same current flowing through you. For the first time, you understand that empathy is not weakness. It is the soul's intelligence, the language of connection. The silver key has unlocked your capacity to love without losing yourself. As the light around you grows brighter, you feel the presence of every version of you standing together, past, present, and emerging. They are no longer fragments. They are whole. You whisper quietly, I forgive you. The water responds with a soft ring of light that travels across its surface until it fades into the horizon. The sky blushes faintly with dawn. You stand holding the silver key to your heart. It pulses once, then melts into your chest, leaving behind a cool serenity. You are ready now to meet life without armor, to touch the world without fear of breaking. And in that surrender, you feel something extraordinary: peace. The iron key, the warrior. The iron key stands apart from the others. Its surface is rough, scarred, forged from something ancient. It carries the scent of rain and smoke like a blade cooled in storm water. When you lift it, it feels heavy, alive with memory. The corridor darkens. The silver light fades, replaced by the glow of embers rising from unseen fires. You find yourself standing in a vast field beneath a storm-gray sky. The earth trembles beneath your feet, not in fear but in power. You are not alone here. Around you, silhouettes of past selves flicker like shadows, the parts of you that fought, failed, surrendered, or survived. Each carries a torch. The iron key belongs to those who have endured, to the ones who faced their darkness and refused to turn away. Carl Jung once wrote, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." That is the essence of the iron key, shadow work. The sacred confrontation with your own depths. The air grows heavy, charged with thunder. You feel it. The pull of every suppressed anger, every unspoken truth, every fear you buried to keep the peace. They rise now, demanding to be seen. But instead of chaos, there is clarity. You realize these emotions were never your enemies. They were guardians of your boundaries, protectors of your truth. A voice, low and steady, moves through the wind. You are not meant to destroy your shadow. You are meant to hold it, and in holding, to transform it. You look down at the iron key. Its shape shifts slightly as though responding to your heartbeat. In its reflection, you see yourself, not the gentle healer or dreamer, but the warrior, fierce, compassionate, unyielding. The one who rises after every fall. Images flicker through your mind. The times you said yes when you wanted to say no. The moments you gave away your power. The silence you mistook for peace. The iron key reveals that you are ready to reclaim your strength. You take a step forward. The field beneath you ignites with light. Not destructive flame, but purifying fire. The shadows dissolve, leaving behind clarity. You realize that courage is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to walk through it. This key unlocks the door to authentic power, the kind that comes from inner alignment, not control. It tells you that every trial you faced was preparation, every scar a map leading you here. You are ready now to defend your truth without hostility, to speak without trembling, to stand without apology. The iron key teaches balance. The heart of the warrior is not rage but resolve. As thunder fades, a stillness descends. You look around and see that the field has transformed. What was once chaos is now fertile ground, dark soil glistening with rain. From it, new shoots of green begin to emerge. You smile faintly, realizing that destruction and creation are never separate. They are part of the same divine rhythm. You close your fist around the iron key. It warms in your palm, then dissolves into your skin like molten light. Strength settles quietly inside you, not loud, not violent, but steady and enduring. The storm above clears, revealing a sky washed clean. You exhale, grounded. You've met your shadow and it no longer frightens you. You are no longer the one who avoids the fire. You are the one who walks through it and becomes light. The crystal key. The visionary, you reach for the crystal key, and the moment your fingertips touch it, everything around you turns weightless. The corridor fades into a vast, luminous expanse, like standing inside a living prism. Colors swirl, bending through you, indigo, gold, violet, and silver. You are surrounded by pure vibration, the language of light itself. This is the realm of vision, where thought and energy merge, and where the imagination becomes the bridge between what is and what can be. The crystal key belongs to the visionaries, the dreamers who see possibility before it takes form, the creators who translate the unseen into the tangible. Carl Jung called this the domain of the magician archetype, the alchemist who transforms shadow into light, chaos into order, and confusion into clarity. The light around you begins to pulse, and within it you see shapes forming, ideas you once doubted, intuitions you ignored, dreams you buried because they seemed too impossible. Each one glows now, calling you to remember that everything begins in the invisible. The crystal key reveals that you are ready to unlock the creative power of your unconscious. You are no longer meant to be merely a thinker. You are ready to become a creator. You take a slow breath. Each inhale feels like starlight entering your lungs. Your thoughts expand, and for a moment you see patterns linking every choice, every encounter, every loss, all converging toward meaning. It feels like remembering something ancient, something your soul always knew. Imagination, whispers the voice around you, is not escape. It is the blueprint of reality. You open your palm and study the crystal key. Inside its transparency swirl fragments of dreams you once had. The book you wanted to write, the art you wanted to make, the new life you longed to live but postponed. The key shimmers brighter, responding to your recognition. It is waiting for your permission. Jung believed that symbols are the psyche's way of speaking to the conscious mind. The crystal key is that symbol, an invitation to co-create with life itself. When this key calls to you, it means the unconscious is ready to express, to pour through you in the form of ideas, intuition, and creative flow. But this gift carries a sacred responsibility, to stay grounded in truth. For vision without humility becomes illusion. The true visionary doesn't escape reality. They expand it. The light around you ripples, showing two images. One of you, standing in hesitation, doubting your inner voice, and another of you stepping forward, trusting that your ideas come not from ego but from the deeper collective, what Jung called the collective unconscious, the ocean of shared human wisdom. You realize that inspiration is not yours alone. It is a current moving through you. Your task is simply to become clear enough for it to pass freely. You feel the crystal key dissolve, leaving a trail of cool light flowing into your chest, rising toward your throat and eyes. Suddenly, your vision clears. You see not just with your eyes, but with your intuition. You sense connections in everything, colors, sounds, emotions, all interwoven into one vast pattern. You smile softly. The gift of this key is not prediction, it is perception. It has shown you that clarity of vision is not about control, but about alignment. When you trust your insight, you become a vessel for the universe's intelligence to move through you. The light fades gently. The corridor returns quiet and waiting. Only one key remains now. Simple, carved from living wood, warm to the touch. The wooden key, the grounded one. The final key waits quietly. No shine, no glow, no sound. It's carved from aged wood, its surface smooth and warm, shaped by time and touch. When you pick it up, the world stills completely. The corridor, the light, even the faint echo of your breath, all fade into silence. Then, gently, the silence deepens into something alive. You find yourself standing in a forest. Tall trees sway slowly around you. Sunlight filters through leaves, creating patterns on the earth, living mandalas that move with the wind. The air smells of pine, soil, and rain. Somewhere nearby, a stream sings softly over stones. You feel your heartbeat slow. The wooden key belongs to those who are ready to return to simplicity, to those who have chased meaning through chaos and discovered that peace is not found by running farther, but by standing still. Carl Jung called this the integration of the self, when the conscious and unconscious find balance, and the spirit rests in quiet acceptance. The wooden key unlocks the door to presence. It doesn't promise power or revelation. It offers something greater, belonging. You walk through the forest slowly. Every step feels intentional. The earth beneath your feet is cool and alive. The wind brushes your face like an old friend. For the first time in a long time, you realize you don't need to become anything more. You already are. The tree doesn't rush to grow, whispers the voice you've come to recognize. It trusts the rhythm of the sun. You pause by a stream and watch as the water bends around stones, never resisting, never stopping. You understand, peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's the art of moving with what comes. This key reveals that you are ready to let go, of overthinking, of forcing outcomes, of measuring your worth by constant striving. You are ready to return to the natural rhythm of your soul. The wooden key teaches humility, the realization that you are both infinite and small, sacred and ordinary. It reminds you that wholeness doesn't come from grand awakenings but from quiet alignment. You sit by the water, the key resting in your hand. It feels like a heartbeat, steady, calm, eternal. You close your eyes and sense roots descending from your spine into the soil, connecting you to everything, the trees, the air, the world itself. You understand now that the same intelligence that moves the stars also moves within you. You don't have to force the universe to support you. You are the universe expressing itself through this form, this breath, this moment. The wooden key dissolves slowly, merging into your palm like sap returning to the tree. You open your eyes. The forest glows with quiet light, not from above but from within everything. Every leaf, every stone, every breath is awake. You smile, not from excitement but from recognition. You have come home. The corridor of keys reappears, but now it feels different, lighter, brighter, almost transparent. You realize that the hall was never a place outside you. It was the map of your inner world, revealing what each part of your psyche was ready to release or receive. The voice returns one final time. Every key was always yours. Every door you opened was within you. The pedestal fades. The light expands until it becomes everything. And in that infinite brightness you realize, the unlocking was never about the keys. It was about remembering that you were never locked. Integration and closing reflection. The corridor is silent again. The pedestal that once held the keys has vanished, leaving only the echo of their light. You stand in the center of that endless hall, or perhaps it is not a hall at all, but the inner architecture of your own soul. Each key has played its part. The golden key taught you clarity, that awareness itself is liberation. The silver key taught you healing, that wholeness is born from compassion, not perfection. The iron key taught you courage, that strength is not the absence of fear but the ability to walk with it. The crystal key taught you vision, that imagination is sacred communication between the conscious and the eternal. And the wooden key taught you peace, that belonging is not found by searching outward but by returning inward. You realize now that you were never choosing a key. You were remembering which part of yourself was ready to awaken. The keys were never doors, the voice whispers one final time. They were mirrors. A soft light gathers around you, neither golden nor silver nor crystal, but all of them at once, merging into pure wholeness. This is the light of integration, what Jung described as the union of opposites, the moment when all fragments of self recognize each other as one. You understand. Transformation doesn't happen through escape, but through embrace. It's not about becoming something new, but about realizing what was always within you, waiting for permission to rise. The walls of the corridor dissolve, and you find yourself back in the quiet space between heartbeats, the same threshold where you began. Except now everything feels alive. The air, the silence, even your own breath vibrates with meaning. You look down at your hands and empty but not lacking. The keys are gone because you have become the door. A deep calm fills you. The voice fades, but its message remains, woven into the rhythm of your being. Every time you listen to your intuition, every time you choose awareness over fear, every time you love instead of defend, another door opens, you exhale softly. The light folds inward, returning to your heart. And somewhere unseen but certain, the universe whispers back, you were always the key.